All right. What's up, guys? GG's on your first circuit. Let me. Whoops. Reset everything. What's up, Eternal? Thanks for the good luck. Okay, yeah, I'll hop in Discord, yeah. Yeah, thanks for the good luck, though. And thanks for riffing, too. But yeah, I think I'm ready, honestly. I only did this route, I only did 2 full runs, and I did a little bit of practice, but it's not too bad. Pretty much everything is scripted on it, or, really simple, so... But yeah, I was messing around with the DTSG some, doing the no crew strat, and I keep having some issues with the torch, completely whiffing him. But then I went back to the baiting him to the cliff edge, and I had some issues there too. So I'm wondering if I should switch off of the torch, because it has good poise for him, but it's just really short range, which makes it really awkward. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I have 40 minutes to think about it, but I'm not sure. I don't really feel good about either strat right now. Which is weird because I never have issues with it on actual runs and stuff. I don't know. Hope I don't get lagging from Azula again and fall off the cliff either.
Tony, and hi, Asus. How is it going?
Hello. It's going well.
Hello. Doing good.
Alright. I'm surprised you're doing good considering today's objective, but I'm sure you're very excited.
Are you guys excited for the round 2 but larger Runny's quest?
Oh yeah.
I am scared of the time limit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, me too actually.
I would imagine today's main barrier won't even be Placidusax. It will be VS champions, right?
Yeah. I think I have a good strat for them, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Very excited to see what she's gonna cook up today. With that, I wish you both good luck. You're gonna need it. We are gonna start the timer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go!
Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
Good luck. Oh boy. Here we go. Surely I don't have a yard tool open still. Guess we'll find out. Our objective is kill 2 dragons, being Placidusax, or Placidusax, or however you say his name, and Fortissax. Thanks for the good luck, Cookie. Yeah, this has probably been my least favorite objective so far. It's a cool idea for sure, but I think both of these bosses are pretty boring, honestly. Plus, that's not even to mention these champs and doing Ronnie's entire questline just to get to Fortissax. Yeah, they're both cool bosses, but I just think they're both really lame. Yeah, basically for these champs, I get Meteorite Staff and Staff of Loss, and I start leveling Intelligence after Placy, and we just have enough damage to kill him. I get Magic Scorpion Charm too, and Red Feather. So Magic Scorpion Charm, Red Feather, and then 15 inch from Physic and the Talisman, which you actually do get on this since we have to do Fortissax, which is crazy that I'm actually using this Talisman on a run. I just have enough damage to kill Fias pretty easily. It's a little sketchy on the third wave because there's 3 NPCs. I don't know who designed that, but it's not too bad. And then yeah, Placidusax is scripted with Red Feather. I do have to go to Red Feather, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And then Fortissax isn't scripted, and I don't really have a way I like doing it. I've tried out several different things, but pretty much I just stealth into his boss room, buff up, and then do a couple Ash of Wars while he's doing his opening attack. And then I hope I don't get hit by lightning. And I hope I don't get death blighted, and then I just simply kill him from a range because Fortissax has zero defense against range, so he just stands there and dies pretty much. What's up, Jay? How's it going, dude? You did not miss it. I hope you enjoy watching this one, because this one is pretty lame in my opinion. It's Placidusax and Fortissax. Like the two worst, pretty much. Probably the two most cinematic, excluding Bale, but the two worst. Yeah, hopefully all goes well. We'll see what happens. I did a routing run, which was it was pretty solid. I don't really know how many hits I had because I had a couple hits due to lag that I didn't count, and I was routing, so I didn't really count anyway. But then I did one full run yesterday, and I had one hit to DTS because the cheese went wrong somehow. So I looked at that, and I'm still having some issues with it, but it shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good about it overall. Not really my favorite run, but I feel good. Shouldn't be like there shouldn't be too many issues, and even if there are, like, I don't know, this run really doesn't matter because Azaz and I are both guaranteed top 4 at this point. So this match doesn't matter pretty much, but it depends on like who gets second place and third place, because I think I think Donut is guaranteed first no matter what. Maybe not, but I don't know, top 4 are solidified, so it doesn't really matter outside of like which place you're in for now. Yeah. And honestly, I don't love the fact that I'm guaranteed because I've been competing for a really long time and I'm kind of just ready to get back to doing no-hit runs. So like I'm I'm not disappointed or anything that I'm in the finals, but I wish I wasn't because I'm tired of competing. But it is cool that I at least made it, I guess, you know? Plus the... I don't think he said what the second week was. I don't know if I should even spoil it, but it probably doesn't matter. First week of semifinals is Bale, so I'm gonna have to learn that boss, unfortunately. Yeah, it is for charity, which is a good reason to stick around with it. And it has been fun. I have enjoyed it, but I am ready to be done. But it is for charity, so I'm gonna stick through to the end, I think. As much as I'd like to not, but yeah, it's for a good cause, which is important.
Well, what are you playing at? This is no time for games.
I will say though, I have learned a lot about Elden Ring from doing this, which has been cool. And I think I've grown to really appreciate the astrologer start a little bit more. Because I usually still start samurai on most runs. I mean, samurai is just a really good starting class, but I have really grown to appreciate the astrologer start. It's pretty good. Yeah, sorcery is super fun. I have like a big backlog of runs I've been meaning to do, and I just haven't. But I've been really tempted to do sorcery all bosses no hit. Just base game, I think, like, it feels like a cop-out almost because I've already done all bosses no hit, and I think doing sorcery all bosses no hit is just a pretty free run, as crazy as that might sound. So it's been tempting because it is pretty cool, but at the same time, I really don't know if I care enough to do it. But there are some cool sorceries, so I bet there's some really cool kills you could do. And I did all achievements with sorcery being my primary damage. I did use Darkmoon Greatsword on the new game cycles, but sorcery is pretty damn cool. Yeah, Connoisseur. I never did that kill on Moog or anything until I did all achievements no hit, and it was really fun. Actually, I'm really glad I did it. That almost whiffed. That would have been crazy. Nice. Yeah, there's some really cool sorceries. Like I think even doing like certain sorcery classes no hit would be cool. Cause I still kinda wanna do no hit with every weapon in the game. I'm not sure how badly I want to do that because I have routed part of Dagger any percent, and I was gonna use Stormblade on it, but Stormblade's actually kinda garbage. I'm realizing for any percent. Which might be kind of surprising, but it's just, it's really good when you can just sit there and like shoot enemies with it. Like it's kind of like the Bolt of Grandsax. It has a really bad melee moveset, but it's really really good at just sniping enemies. Like that's what it's made for. And Stormblade's kind of the same. So I tried routing with Stormblade on it because I thought it'd be really fun, but it's kind of just bad. Like really not very good. So I think if I end up doing that, I'm not going to use Stormblade most likely because it just isn't very good. Which really sucks, but I'll find some other Attribore I can use. Anyway, long story short, I want to do no hit with every weapon in the game. And for staffs and seals, I wasn't really sure what to do. Because it's not so much about the staff or the seal, it's more about the spells and incants, right? So I was thinking maybe I could do whatever staff I'm using, I have to use every sorcery in that class. So if I'm using meteorite stuff, I have to use every meteor sorcery, gravity sorcery, not meteor sorcery. And I thought that'd be kind of cool. But I might be wrong on this. I think there might be some that don't really belong to a seal or a staff. So you would skip some. So I'm not sure about that. Plus some of them are like a pain in the ass to get, like Stars of Ruin. Like that spell's really good, but it's really annoying to go get that one. Or Spiral Shard, whatever it's called. Like it's more annoying to get. Yeah, Demi-Human Staff, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It's been complicated to think about what I'm gonna do for that. That was my first idea, and I kind of like that for the most part because it would be cool to use, like, oh, you're using this staff and you get to show off these spells. Like I think that's cool, but that would make some of the runs really hard because like Crystallian sorcery. Is there even a good Crystallian sorcery? Like, I know Shattering Crystal's busted in Night Rain, but is it even good in base game? I don't know. Like, I seriously have no idea. And if it is, can you even cast it fast enough to matter? Because the only other Crystallian sorcerers I can think of are the ones that just kind of cast forever, and I don't think they're very good. Plus, it requires me to stand completely still while I just get blasted, most likely. So, I don't know. It'd be cool to show off some sorceries, but I'm not really sure how it'll work out exactly. So yeah, anyway, I don't really know where I was going with that or how I even started. But oh yeah. It might be cool to like spawn in some spells and just start the game with them and then use those instead of like doing the entire quest lines and stuff, because I think someone submitted an Adula's Moonblade no-hit run where he just spawned in Adula's Moonblade and used it the whole time, and it was a really sick run. I didn't actually get to verify that one, but I did see. I was really curious because it's a really cool spell and it's really strong, so I did watch part of it and it was really cool. So I might do something like that where like if I'm gonna use a staff and I can't get a spell realistically, then I could just spawn it in. That might be kind of cool. And then if sorceries don't really belong to a certain staff, I can just use those sorceries whenever. That might be what I do, I don't know. Trying to think of a sorcery that doesn't really belong to a spell. I guess like Oracular Bubble doesn't. It's kind of the only one I can really think of, to be honest. I guess like Glintstone Pebble and stuff doesn't really belong to one. Like Pebble, Glintstone Pebble, Comet Shard, all those don't really belong to a certain class. I don't think they do. Oh, they're carrying? Okay, fine. Do they have a staff that boosts their damage? Because there's the carrion. There's two carrion staffs, right? There's the carrion sword staff or something, and then the carrion glintstone staff. I can't remember, but they're both in Liurnia. One's in the study hall, and one's on the highway south in a tower, right? Pretty sure that's the two. I don't know. I don't know if one of those boosts certain types or not, actually. Because usually for no hit, when you use Slicer, you pick up the one in the study hall. Oh, Renala's Remembrance, true. I didn't even think about that. You need like 70 intelligence or something for that, right? That one's crazy. I totally forgot about that one. Yeah, that one is crazy. It would actually be kind of cool to do a run with that, but you'd have to, like, you'd have to use gravity sorcery on her. Like, there's no way you're killing her normally. Yeah, Giga Int, yeah. Isn't it really one of the best staffs? Honestly, I don't really know a whole lot about staffs, but for hitless you use Meteorite Staff and the Glintstone Staff, and that's all I know. Like, I don't know how good Renala's is. Because the other thing is, like, on Vinder's Sorcery All Bosses run, he didn't use Renala's Staff, I don't think. I think he used the... Maybe he did. Did he? I can't remember. I know he used the, like, Lusat Staff, I think, is what it's called. I know he used that one for a chunk of it. But he might have switched it out and used a different one later. I can't remember. But I guess, yeah, Renala's is probably the best. I would hope so, at least. I know Prince of Death's Staff is also really good if you get the stats for it. Because that one scales with end-to-end faith. Oh, Lusat's out damage? Okay. But yeah, the FP cost gets crazy. I did know about the FP cost, but even then, like, you could... If you have Renala's Staff as your main one and Lusat's in your offhand, I guess you couldn't have, like... If you're doing Nightcomber, you don't get the Staff of Loss bonus. And I think the Staff of Loss bonus is higher than the Lusat's damage bonus. I think, right? I honestly can't remember, but I know there's, like, it gets complicated, so, and I'm not, I'm just good at the game, I'm not smart about the game, if that makes sense. When it comes to, like, the damage numbers and scaling and all that, I just brain empty. I was talking to Opie about it probably like a couple months ago at this point, and I was asking him, how do I know when the split damage is worth building into? And of course it wasn't just an easy answer, which I didn't really expect, but it's basically, he was saying depends on the damage type, and it depends on how much the split damage is, which I still don't know how to tell how much it's split. Like, he was saying that this weapon's 50-50, this one's 70-30, yada yada. And I was like, well, that makes sense, but how do you know? Still, it still doesn't make that much sense to me, but... Good nor smart at the game. Then that's fine. You know, if you can enjoy the game, that's all that matters. Maybe I should try and grab some extra golden seeds. Raphias. Probably won't really matter, but maybe I could try that. I also need to remember to do the carry a manor running section, like up to manor, before I go back to Altus. I think my setup's a little bit longer on this run, but I mean, there's a lot more I have to do, so. And a lot of it's just prepped for later. Surprised I took damage there. I usually don't, I don't think. Also, I didn't think about this when I said it in the voice chat earlier with Numa and Dona and Azaz, but Azaz said he was a little worried about the time limit, and I said I was too, which is true. This is one of the longer runs. I think mine is like almost 2.5 hours, like 2:20-ish, which is also what my smithing percent was, I think, and my Age of Stars. I think all of those are about 220, so this one's about 220 as well. But I didn't think that Azaz also does that really sketchy avatar cheese early on. So he actually, like, he runs pretty tight on time, I would imagine, with that. And I think, I was in his stream earlier this morning. I wasn't really watching super carefully because I didn't sleep great last night, so I was still kind of waking up and I felt pretty terrible. But, he was using Latenna on DTS, which I thought was really strange, because, well, I guess you can get Latenna before DTS, but anyway, he was using Latenna on DTS, and Latenna is a very good spirit summon. So I was wondering if he was going to use Latenna on Bia's champs, and if he does, that'd be crazy to watch later. But even then, it's really good on Lassie as well, because you can summon her really far away, and it'll pair nicely with his weapon that he can also throw from really far. And I bet it's also probably good on Fortissax too, because I imagine he'll have a similar strat there, like just stealth in, pop Latenna out, and then just chuck swords at her from a distance. Like, I imagine that's what he'll do for both of them, both of the dragons.
I presume.
Oh boy. That's kind of scary. Of course it started raining too. Thank God. Wonder if I should go ahead and do that Area Manor running section as soon as I get Unseen Form, because that kind of scares me, but it's not... hasn't really been a huge problem yet. Maybe I'll just drink my Physic for it so I have a bit more endurance, and then I'll Race Warp right before. And dude, I have so many things I need to remember. I should have taken some notes or something on this run. So I feel like there's something I'm supposed to do after Godric. But I can't remember what it is. So maybe there's just nothing. Other than like, go get Great Rune. And I know before Radahn I need to go get Meteorite Staff and Staff of Loss and Night Comet. Which I actually messed up on my run yesterday, but it was fine. I didn't cast Unseen Form. Which I think everything should be fine as long as I cast it, but somehow I didn't. I don't know if I forgot or if it got cancelled by like a pebble. Wait, I didn't cast Unseen Form, and I don't even know what that enemy's called. The one with the wings and the two swords. He saw me and he like ran to the side and fell off the roof. And I was like, okay. See you later, buddy. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I think I'm still gonna Kukri the tree branch. So hey, he looks over there. I also need to get Amber Starlight Shard on the way up to DTS. I need to be careful running through this section, dude. I swear that Night Cav almost always sees me. Because I'm pretty sure he, well, I don't know, maybe he doesn't. I think he maybe goes up the fork, like up this path here a little bit, but I'm not actually sure on that. Maybe he doesn't. That is so tragic that I didn't get that. I hope I don't need that. Probably not, but I skipped the first one in Liurnia too, since I did the skip instead, so. It's now 2, I'm cut out of my route. I don't know, I guess if I find out later that I need it, I'll just go pick it up. I'll need to find out before mountaintops though, so I don't get invaded. Or I could like get the grace after Godric or something and go pick up the one in Liurnia. That's a shame, dude. I really hope I don't need that. I don't think I do, but I'm not sure.
To determine if you have, it seems torrent, whereas I'm there is but
Did who just donated?
let my hand.
Looks like little Kool-Aid. That's funny. I can't really see it on my OBS, but that's what their name looks like at least. It's kind of insane how much money we've raised, dude. These should be it. Yeah, I like honestly, and that's the other thing too, is that Numa isn't like, Numa's a decent sized streamer, I would say. He's not crazy big like, you know, Gino or Aggie or some Domo or somebody like that. But he's like, he's a decent sized streamer. And a lot of the people in the league are like small to medium size, you know? So I didn't level the intelligence. So I was a little worried that we wouldn't be able to raise a ton of money because it was just because like smaller audiences, you have fewer people. So you're just not going to have as much donated, obviously. So I was a little worried at the start. I was like, I really like that it's a smaller event for like the small streamers and stuff, but I hope we can still raise a decent amount of money. But we've honestly raised a lot of money. I'm really impressed. Like, it's exciting to see. Yeah, I mean it's been fun to play for sure. I'm definitely like, this is not anybody's fault really. Like, I'm not trying to put blame on anybody. I really hope it doesn't sound like that, but I'm really tired of competing. Like, week 2 or week 3 in this league, I was ready to be done, honestly. Just because I've been doing, like, I started streaming by just playing Elden Ring because I wanted to stream, and then I learned about no-hit runs and I started doing no-hit runs, and it's basically what I've been doing for a long time. And then I got into bingo like a year-ish ago, and I played in Zero Scratch, and it was really fun. I had a really good time, and then I was like, okay, that's cool, I'm gonna do more no-hit now. But then I learned about the 2v2 bingo season, which I really liked. I went crazy for that. I really enjoyed it. And so I played that bingo season too, and that entire sequence took like a year, pretty much. Not quite, but it took a long time. And then after the 2v2 bingo tournament, I went home for winter break. And New Year's, excuse me. And then I'm competing in this now. So I've been competing for like about a year, give or take. not exactly a year. Like I haven't been competing the whole time, but I have been working towards that the whole time, and I'm just getting really tired of it. It's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it. I enjoy being a part of the communities and everything, but I don't know. It just gets really tiring for me after a while, and I'm just like I'm ready to be done and not have to like stress and be under pressure and stuff. Yeah, yeah. Bingo's really fun, but it is really competitive. So it's just like I don't know. I'm ready to be free, pretty much, and just get back to doing no-hit runs because I think they're as dumb as it sounds. I think no-hit runs are pretty chill, and like competing is not as chill. So, and I think part of that is because for competing, I want to do well. And if I don't do well, I'm a little disappointed in myself, which I think is like a pretty normal thing, obviously. But when I do no-hit runs, it's not the same. Like I can do poorly and it doesn't really do much. Like I don't really mind getting hit or something, you know? Yeah, it's, I would like, honestly, I would really like a casual version of bingo to play, but you just, like, you can't really have that. Like, everybody's going to be competitive about it. That's just the nature of bingo, I think. Because people want to do well, of course, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it leads to it being a very competitive sport, and that's all it is. Speedrunning, but you make up your odds on the spot? Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. There are, like, a lot of pathings and stuff that you end up practicing, which is so boring to me, but people do it because they're really competitive. So there are some ways you practice it, but yeah, a lot of it is just speedrunning and making up your routes as you go. And I do think bingo's a lot of fun, and I will likely compete in it in the future at some point, but it's going to be a little while from now, because I have a long list of no-hit runs that I have not been able to whittle down at all, because I've been doing so much other stuff lately, which has been fun. It's been nice to take a break from hitless and do competitions, but I'm ready to get back to hitless now, for sure. I have a lot on my to-do list I'd like to cross off. And I honestly feel like after playing so much bingo, and now more hitless tournament stuff, like, I feel like I've gotten so much better at this game. Which is insane that I keep feeling like I'm improving so much more. And it's, I don't know, it's kind of wild. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get runs quicker and do more runs, pretty much. Anyway, finally a DTS, dude. Holy crap. I still haven't decided if I'm gonna cheese him by walking him to the cliff or not. PB column? It's a good question. I couldn't tell you. I'm no scientist. I'm pretty sure... So the one where the first 0 is, like the first column, where it says now, that is not even the column you asked about. That column is what's the current run. The PB column, I think the one in parentheses is the personal best, and the one outside of the parentheses is the difference between now and the current run or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it is. Something like that. But yeah, the one in parentheses is my best run, which I've literally done one run, so that's why I got hit on DTS. And then it's one for all of them because I got hit on DTS, and then it carries the one down because it's one hit total for the run, if that makes sense. So if I got hit a second time, there would be a 2 on a different split, and then it'd say 2 for every single one. What's up, Jens? Okay, yeah, there we go. Thanks. Literally, I have no idea. Imagine, like, doing no hit runs and not even knowing how the encounter manager works. Yeah, I think you can, like, maybe change it a little bit in your settings for hit counter manager, but I haven't, obviously. Okay, if the cheese goes south, I will bone out on a stagger, and I will do the no cuckoo cheese so I can save my kukris for the rest of the run, which I probably won't need to, but just in case. That's the backup plan here. Should be good. Very nice. I do like the no cuckoo cheese because I get to save my kukris, but the problem I have with that is, like, he's just in a weird spot on the cliff. Like, I don't really like how he kind of perches up on a rock. Just a little bit awkward. Yeah, go visit Cuck. I'm not. No. Could, but I'm not a fan of going all the way to Weeping. Which is another complaint I have about Elden Ring in general, which is, like, so just stupid of me to even say this, but I really wish I could get my damn kukris a bit closer to my no-hit runs, instead of having to go all the way to Weeping, dude. Like, that sounds so whiny of me, I guess, but I really wish Cuck wasn't so far out of the way. Like, I'm not trying to make it a 10-minute detour just to go buy some kukris. You killed Grail? About 100 kukris. True. Honestly, true. Okay, so I'm gonna get +4. I'm gonna go ahead and get the int tier too, because it's nighttime and I have unseen form.
I am an old
And then
perhaps you
we'll go kill patches after that. I was tempted to do no shackles on this run. Because, let me level up first. I need to know the numbers. So we get 10 strength, 10 endurance, and then faith, 21. Yeah. So yeah, I was tempted to do no shackles on this. Just for fun, since like this week doesn't really matter. But then I need a golden foul foot on Golden Godfrey and Morgott, and that the shackle guarantees the Morgott foot. And when I did my practice run, I lagged on Margit and my roll input got eaten because of my lag and I got hit. And I was like, never mind. I'm just gonna keep using the shackle. It's really stupid and it kind of sucks, but it is tempting. But the golden foul feet are also nice from patches. Like, it is a kind of a win-win for me. Yeah, never give in to the temptation. True. True. What about on like a low damage run, Jins? What am I supposed to do then if I can't fully script with the shackle? Am I supposed to get it anyway and use it and just fight the second half of the fight? Although for R1+0, I am really curious if I can find a fire giant cheese because I hate that boss so much. I would rather just find a garbage cheese for him. Get more damage. True. Which, speaking of R1+0, dude, I really like Antspur Rapier for that. Like, that is really good for R1+0. It's really fun. The damage is solid. The poise is really good. It's a fun weapon to use. It has solid range. It has rot on it. You can put bleed or frost or poison. Like, it's a really, really good weapon for R1+0. But I think Starfists are better still, which sucks because I want it to be the most efficient it can be, but I also want to have fun with it. And I do like Starfist, but I've really liked Rapier, the Rapier for it. Poison cheese, true, yeah. Yeah, Rot Breath is really good. I don't know if there's like a 100% cheese for Fire Giant with it. Probably not, honestly, which sucks, but it'd be cool if there was. I would totally do it. Even if it took like an hour. Maybe not then, but I would give in some time for a good Fire Giant cheese. Which I don't think anybody's found one yet. Like, I don't think you can like perch up in his arena anywhere and cheese him. But yeah, someday I am probably gonna do like an all bosses, all cheeses run. That was a little close. That's fine though. But for that one, I probably am gonna use poison on Morgott. Other. Takes him a 5 ankle chomp? Jeez. That's insane, dude. Honestly, Dragon Maw is such a fun spell, dude. I'm really excited I used Dragon Maw for the region locked route. I am gonna go back to that eventually because man is it fun, dude. Dragon Maw is a lot of fun and it's really, really good. Do I need anything else here? I don't think so. Guess I should have made it nighttime since I was resting. But yeah, Dragon Maw is really fun. Dragon Claw is really fun. Some of the other ones are pretty cool too. Rockheart? Really? I didn't even think about that. I was gonna try using Rockheart on my region locked run, but it was just like you can't remove it unless you die, which is the problem, even though Extra Life says it only lasts for like a minute or something. So I can't remove it and put on Rakshasa set for like what, 8% damage or something. So it's just not really worth it for the latter half of the run. Fully scripted gold freeze one shot, that's insane. That is actually insane, dude. Holy shit. Can't believe Golden Godfrey's a one-shot. That's wild. Yeah. When I use the flesh, I don't need, honestly, no matter what I do, I can do 3 unsheaths. With the flesh, he dies. Without the flesh, he staggers, and he just dies anyway, pretty much. Anyway. Ow.
Why is it always me?
Sorry, got stuck. Also, I tried something the other day here, and I think the enemy in the room at the top of this castle, I think he just always aggroes you once you kill the first guy. It's kind of fucked up. Like, I didn't know that, but I think he does just 100% aggro you, no matter what. Because he definitely has a linked aggro with this first guy. There's no doubt about that. But, I think he just aggroes you anyway. Which is so stupid. We'll see, maybe he won't, actually. Guess I just proved my own theory false. Cause yeah, I tried backstabbing that guy yesterday. And are you serious right now? And the guy inside didn't aggro. And then like 10 seconds later, he finally aggroed. And I was like, well, maybe he just aggroes after a certain point regardless. I forget you can sleep Golden Godfrey. It's kind of wild. You can't sleep him, right? You're talking about Golden Godfrey, not Horalu. Yeah, he can, yeah. I think I remember seeing, someone do it. It might have been Bushy on his, like, one-shot run or something. But yeah, it's kind of wild, because he's a shade. Like, it doesn't really make sense that you could sleep him. I should not have done that. I guess that's fine, but I should have used it before I dropped down. Status opposites? Oh, really? Interesting. What frees me to everything but sleep? Wow. I didn't know that. That's kind of wild. I am gonna get this grace, actually, just in case. I shouldn't need it, but if I need to go get that sacred tier, I'll at least have it closer. Phoebe, oh my goodness, thank you so much for the 26 months. I still can't believe it's been that long. It's crazy. Okay, thank you so much for the 26-month resub. I really appreciate it. How's your DS2 playthrough been going? I hope you're enjoying it more than you were at the beginning. It was a little bit back and forth. It was funny hearing you talk when you were playing, because I remember at the beginning you were saying, oh, I haven't even seen a single boss yet. And I was like, damn, you're right. You don't have your first encounter in DS2 until Last Giant. Yeah, has its moments, but that's just, like, that's kind of just Dark Souls, I think. Some people disagree for sure, especially on DS2, but yeah, I think it's just DS2. It's like, it's just Dark Souls. Yeah, it's kind of wild, because for no hit, you pretty much just book it straight to Last Giant. You grab a couple things, but it's wild that I never even really thought about how far that first boss is. And I think it's because there's so many other areas you can go to right at the start. So there's like a lot of options, but that's the first one you're supposed to kill, I think. Four streams and you don't have a mimic chest. Yeah. Yeah, it is really interesting though, seeing it's fun seeing people's reactions to DS2 like on your first playthrough. I think it's really enjoyable, but especially because you're not really negative about it. Like, you have criticisms, but it's not negativity, I wouldn't say. So that's kind of refreshing. But I don't know. I think it's fun seeing DS2 and how it's different from other games and like the mechanics and stuff. I think that's really fun. Yeah, honestly, on my first playthrough of DS2, I had a lot of trouble figuring out where I was supposed to go, but I just missed a lot of stuff, which is pretty normal for me, and honestly any game. I miss a lot of stuff pretty easily. Okay, then I think I googled it, and I was like, I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. What am I supposed to do? But I think it's because in that game it's like, it is linear, but also not really. You know, like, I think the late game is more linear than the early game, but you know, DS3, you kind of just, you pick a direction and you go in that direction until you can't anymore. And like, that's pretty much it. But in DS2, there's a lot more pathways you can pick, which I think makes it a bit more tricky. A lever you missed? 3 major directions? Yeah. That's how it goes. You miss one little tiny thing, and then once you finally find it, it just like opens up a whole new world. Yeah, Elden Ring is Dark Souls 2 too. It is. It for sure is. Which honestly, I am really excited to see what game they put out next. Like, Night Rain was whatever. Night Rain was cool. It was like a little spin-off. It was fun. I wouldn't even be disappointed if they released a different version of Night Rain. I would like to see some changes to it for sure, but I could appreciate a better Night Rain. Because I do really like Night Rain, but I think it has its issues and it kind of gets old. But after Elden Ring, I'm really curious to see whatever game they make next, whether it's Elden Ring 2 or Dark Souls 4. Or even, like, I don't know, it's not Dark Souls, but also Dark Souls, you know? Like, it'd be really cool to see whatever they put out next. Even though they've said they aren't going to, but they definitely are. That is what I did yesterday, for sure. Cancelled Unseen Form. Shard bearers. Yeah. Yeah, I think you can go to each one. Like, I don't think one is required for a different one. I think you can go to any single one you want first, which is cool. Which, that's something else I really like about that game for no-hit purposes, of course. I think Dark Souls 2 is really great for challenge running. First of all, because there's two versions of it. There's Scholar and Vanilla, so you can pick what you want for no-hit. They both have pros and cons. But also, you can really pick how you want to route it, because there's so many different choices. You can really choose where you want to go, which I think is cool. Elden Ring successor? Yeah, me too. Yeah, I would too, I think. I think I'd rather see Elden Ring 2 than Dark Souls 4. But at the same time, I kind of want to have a first playthrough of a Dark Souls game with the knowledge I currently have, because I got to play the Elden Ring DLC after being a no-hit runner for a while, and I'd really like to play a Dark Souls game with the no-hit knowledge I currently have. Like, I think that'd be really fun to see for myself, but I think I would rather have an Elden Ring 2, because that is, like, that is a lot more challenge runs, you know? Like, it'd be really cool to see the new bosses and enemies and areas they can design, especially after what they did with Elden Ring in the DLC. And I think that'd be really cool to see. It's a little close over here. So yeah, either way, like, I'm really excited for the next game, but I think I would prefer an Elden Ring 2. But even Dark Souls 4, I would go crazy for. Amazing game for bingo. Yeah, that's also true. I think Losens was telling me he had done Sekiro bingo, which was really fun, but I still think it's hard to have bingo in a non-open world game. Like, I know Zelda bingo and Minecraft bingo are also pretty common, which makes sense because they're also both open world games. So you really have a lot of options. But if you did, like, Dark Souls 3 bingo, like, there's not a whole lot you can do choice-wise, you know? You're gonna have to progress, and whoever progresses first kind of just takes the lead, right? So I think, like, I don't think I've seen any Dark Souls bingo. I'm sure it exists, but I imagine it's a lot harder to balance than Elden Ring bingo. Which is another pro for Elden Ring, is bingo. Even though I'm, like, kind of tired of competing, it's still a lot of fun to watch bingo. I've really enjoyed watching the mind control bingo that Jay has been doing recently. Oh, I didn't put Howl on. I knew I was forgetting something. Yeah, weapon progress, map progress, like, there's a lot into Elden Ring bingo, which I think is really cool. A lot of different things to balance, because you could get, like, 3 or 4 early game squares, but your opponent might have map progress, which just lets them be ahead of you for the rest of the game while you're playing catch up, you know? Or maybe you can get 1 early game square, maybe 2, and then you get map progress, so you're not really that far behind. You know, there's a lot of trade-offs and stuff. It is really cool to think about. And there's a lot of, like, I did do a lot of reviewing and stuff of my gameplay when I was playing bingo. And it is interesting to hear different people's perspectives, because a lot of people have different perspectives on what the right play is, which is cool. Yeah, square design, definitely, I agree. I helped design the 2v2 format for the most recent Ignite bingo season, and it was really fun, but I learned a lot, and it was definitely, like, I don't know shit about making bingo squares. Like, I wasn't horrible at it, but I wasn't very good at it either. And there's a lot of balancing factors that go into play that you don't really think about. I need to close Microsoft Teams. I keep getting notifications, dude. Beer Fester, you've got a big advantage, but plays and counter plays and knowing people's preferences. Yeah, that's true. Definitely, like, playing the person is a thing. Link saying he learned how people like to play. Yeah, I remember, maybe it wasn't Blanks, maybe it was someone else, but I remember someone saying they were watching someone a lot to figure out their strats for, like, finals or something. But yeah, that is the, that is absolutely a thing, is playing the person. One early bingo tournament, you were quite critical of square design. Yeah. I remember, Spectre played in some tournament, and it was like, I think it was Maidenless Bingo, like the very early stages of Maidenless Bingo, like season 1, and they had a square that was like collect a grace or something. Like, you go touch a grace in Mount Gilmer. I was like, this is garbage. Like, that's trash. I'm sorry. That's a bad square. Like, what are we talking about? So yeah, square design is definitely a skill, and it is not an easy skill. That's for sure. And even then, like, our square set we made for the 2v2 was a lot of fun, and people really enjoyed it. But even then, it had its flaws. Like, it definitely had its flaws, and people had some complaints about it. So it's like, even if you do everything right, like, people are gonna come up with crazy ways to play the game. Like, we had a square that was kill a Magmorm, and kill Theodorix. And when you see that square, you're like, okay, yeah, that's like a mid to late game square, right? Like, Theodorix is in Snowfields, he hits really hard. He's a big Magmorm, the lava's annoying. Like, that's a late game square. And we managed to turn it into a rush square in like the first week or something of the square set being released. And it was like, surely this is just a phase, no one's actually gonna fucking do this garbage. But no, people did. It was a thing the entire season, all the way to finals. Like, it was, and everybody hated it, but it was so powerful that people did it. It wasn't like win or lose the game powerful, but it was a strong square, so people kept rushing it over and over. Yeah, I much prefer bingo with unlocked graces. And with the new 2v2 format we've been testing out, I haven't actually played it yet, unfortunately. We're doing randomized starting graces, which is really cool, and I really think adds another layer of depth to it. Which I honestly really like the progression, because I'm a huge fan of some of those fun late game fights like Malekith, Malenia Moog, Estelle, all that stuff, which you can't really do without the progression. So, I'm a huge fan of the progression because of that. It's definitely not everybody's thing, but I really enjoyed it. And I know a lot of the players also enjoyed it too. Because even then, like, I don't know, it does take away a little bit from map progression, but you progress the map in different ways at that point, which is cool. Like, you have, in the DLC, I'm not as much of a DLC knower, but you have, like, your south progression, you have your Shadow Keep, your Rel, like, there's different progressions in DLC, which we kind of kept, but in base game, like, you have progression into Capital at that point. You have progression into, like, Haligtree and deeper into Snowfields. You have progression into... I'm going this way. You have progression into, like, deeper into Caelid or something, because you only get 1 grace per region, pretty much. There was some you got 2, but, you know, there's deeper progressions in certain areas that you might have that your opponent might not. So even though, like, the starting graces do kind of take away a little bit, they just change it, the progression. Yeah, randomized graces sounds fun because at least to me they do. Probably everybody won't agree with that, but I don't know, it just adds another layer of thought and routing into your matches, which just kind of, it's like another expression of skill you can show off, which is cool to me. Dude, I'm so tired, man. I slept so badly last night. Which I've started to notice, which is another reason I'm kind of tired of competing, is I've been... Like, my sleep schedule is already kind of trash, but these match days we have, I get no sleep. I don't know, like, I think I'm just stressed thinking about the game and stuff, and I sleep really badly. Another Mayram? True. But that last one was a good one to end on, dude. Okay, is that everything I need? I think so.
Holy fine, you have now to become the thing as much.
Pleased to names right now. I had a little miss, as you might guess. Oh, I'm privy to it. Would you care to learn? Time can move a little conversation. Well done. Something to mark.
Thanks, bro. Cool sword you got there.
You're no match loud. You're.
Hey, let's go level up. Let me get my 15 strength, 20 endurance. I think that's good. Then go here. Oh, I meant to ask this before, Eternal. I'm really sorry. I totally forgot to ask Numa about this. Is it fine if I use Glint Blades on the +8 rapier? Or do I need to put on a +0 weapon? Because it doesn't matter for my kill. I just need the poise damage from them, but technically we're not allowed to use +0 weapons. So if he wants me to put on something +0, I can, but it doesn't really matter for my kill. I only use it one time. And I think it does 158 damage, if that helps. Which I don't think it matters, but just in case. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I forgot to ask Noom about that earlier this week. Also, I assume quit outs are the same for Team Hitless, because I do quit out for a quest line, but I cannot. But I assume it's the same where like you just show your map and you're good to go. I also meant to ask him about that and I forgot. I thank you for that god tier RNG, sir. I do very much appreciate that. What a fight. Rapier? Okay. Perfect, thank you. The other question was quit outs. I assume quit outs are the same for Team Hitless rules, because I was gonna quit out for the Selvas questline. I can just not quit out. It's a bit of a time loss, but like it's not a huge deal. Because usually for Team Hitless, you, if you don't know, you show your map to prove you're not in combat, and then you quit out for the quest line. So that's what I was doing, but I can also just fast travel back to the Ronnie Grace if I need to. Same as Team Hitless rules? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry for like not asking about that earlier. I meant to and then I just forgot about it.
You are unprevented. The thorns, a husk, the only way and become my purpose. So I'd like to the flame then and guide you. Share them.
I guess I'll go ahead and level up here.
Your thoughts, your ambitions, the principles.
So remove Fire Giant. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that is why you're here. I think you are the you're the ref I've made do the most work so far. So I apologize for putting that burden on you. Shit. Okay, it's fine. I jump right there because there's a skeleton on the ground that breaks and he turns around, but I jump over it and then I just jumped into the barrel. So I guess it doesn't really matter. I Last touch of the kill is insane. That's so funny. It's getting put to work, I guess. As unfortunate as it might be. Simple. Yep. Easy peasy. That skip is so clean. It's so easy to do, but it's so clean. Also, I'm not crazy. The only ways to get into Deeproot are either through Sewermog and Gargs, right? I didn't route this like a complete moron, right? I'm not crazy. Because when I was routing, I was like, man, I think those are the only two ways, but surely I'm missing a way, but I couldn't even think of one, so... This is kind of a shitty kill, but... For anybody who doesn't know, this is actually my favorite area in the game. And this is my favorite enemy because he plays this song. Says it's my friend. That was close. I kind of bumped the pillar there. It's ready to warp out, but that was a little sketchy. And now the happy music is gone. I also need to use Gambit, or Unseen Form a little bit earlier here. Because, one of the ants saw me last time, which is a little scary. Let's go nice and slow. So I think I need to use it here, because I think it was this ant that saw me last time. It's like, makes sense, I didn't use stealth or anything. Oh boy. Kinda slipped right there. Nice. Uh-oh. That guy saw me. Oh! And one of them fell off. That's really funny, actually. Yeah, I was a little slower on the parkour, so... I guess I was a little bit later there and that first guy saw me. That's fine, though. I'm glad that section's out of the way, though. That's for sure. Having to do that... I had to do that for all achievements, too. Not the branches after, but for the frenzied ending. That shit's not fun. But the branches are honestly scarier than the tombstones at the bottom. But I'm pretty sure when I did all achievements, I went from this way and I went backwards on my first new game cycle, because it was just easier to do that instead of coming here on my second one and grabbing it. It's a bit more obnoxious on the second playthrough. Okay, nice. I'm really glad to be done with that. That section's miserable, so I'm happy about that one. Let's make it nighttime. I guess this will make the Knight's Cabin Forbidden Lands appear, but that's fine. That last gargoyle kind of scares me. And he shot earlier than that one time, but that was good. And I'm gonna go get the crafting, the recipe and the arrows while I'm thinking about it. Just before I forget later. Okay, nice. I'll feel a little better once the run is over, but that section is really nice to be done with. Yeah, I'll feel better when Fire Giant's dead, and then I'll feel even better when Lassy's dead. And then just Fia's. Which I'm curious what Azaz is gonna do for Fia's. I thought he was doing Night Comet like I am, but maybe he's not. Imagine his sword would maybe work. If they don't improver it, it should definitely work, but if they do improver it, it might, like, he might be able to have them roll before it hits them, I'm not sure. I don't think I ever watched my match back from last week's either, or I guess 2 weeks ago, but I'm excited to watch this one back and see some of Azaz's strats, because we're on different time zones, so I haven't really been able to watch his streams all that much. I'm so tired, dude. I feel like I'm about to fall asleep on this running section. I don't know what it is about the match days, but I sleep so badly. There. Maybe that's a little better. Just so my splits aren't on my screen, like the game. But yeah, like I don't know. I feel like I stay up late because I'm like stressed about the match, and then so I end up going to sleep late, and then I also don't sleep very well. Like the quality of my sleep is pretty low, and then I also wake up really early because I'm so stressed, and I'm like, well, there's like 3 or 4 hours of really poor sleep. Surely it'll be fine. At the same time, it is kind of nice though, because then I can also go to bed earlier tonight and actually sleep well, which kind of helps reset my sleep cycle. Or my sleep schedule, I guess, not my sleep cycle. Yeah, subconscious pressure, yeah. Yeah, it's not great, and I don't think it happened as much with bingo. It definitely did a little bit, but not. I don't think it happened quite as much. But for this, it definitely happens a bit more. Which is another reason I'm ready for the tournament to be Dover. Like, it's been really fun. I've really liked it. Of course, I think there are things that could be improved, but I think overall for a first tournament, this has been fantastic. And it's for a really good cause. We've raised a lot of money. It's been great. But I'm like, I'm fucking ready to be done, dude. I need to get some good sleep again. Yeah, it is more chill. It's really strange. Like, I don't get it. The worst was probably when I was facing Donut and we both did +0 Mesmer. That was probably when it was the worst for me. And of course that makes sense because of extra stress, because Donut's in first place and we were both doing +0 Mesmer. But I don't know, it is weird. Like, I feel like it should be less stressful. I think though, because when I'm thinking about it, I have one shot to get it hitless, which isn't true, but that's kind of how I see it in my brain, is I have one chance to get the whole thing hitless. And then for bingo, it's not really the same. Like, it's not like you have one chance to do this. It's like you're gonna win or lose, you know? I guess I don't actually need those butterflies, but I got them anyway. So yeah, I think bingo's just different because it's not get the run or don't, but it is win or lose. So it's like, it should be the same thing. I don't know. Maybe it's more fast-paced, so my brain doesn't have as much time to stress about it. And then the game is over. Like, I don't know. Whereas, like, in the hitless runs, I just have more time. Like, on a running section like this or setup, I have more time to just think about things. I think that's where a lot of my problems stem from, is actually me thinking about a lot of things, so maybe I should stop doing that. No think, just do. Excuse me. I need to get a seppuku also. I probably shouldn't travel like that. Because I usually do because it saves in-game time, and it's just a habit I have, but it actually, I'm pretty sure it's slower to do that than to just sit at the Grace. Oh boy, here comes the lag. I think I like that a lot more, actually. I used stealth right before the drop down, and it lasted me all the way until here. I think I'm gonna do that instead for future runs. That's actually way nicer, because none of the militiamen over there aggro me. I don't know why I never tried that. I don't lose momentum, because I still jump down at like full speed, and I don't get aggroed by anybody. And it gives me a little bit of wiggle room if I miss the jump on my stealth. Whereas if you don't recast stealth, you don't really have as much wiggle room, and one of the archers at the top can see you. Okay. I just jumped off Torrent way too early there. But he did the other move. Like, sometimes I anticipate him to do the avalanche and I jump off at the time I would usually jump off for the avalanche. And then he doesn't do the avalanche and it's kind of a little awkward, so that's what happened there. And I think I'm gonna stop at 45 strength. I think I got 47 on my other run, my routing run, which felt a little better, but 45 should be enough. And then I'll just level intelligence for the rest of the run, which is only a couple levels, but so okay, thanks for the hydrate. And I might actually get more than 45. Well, so thanks for the hydrate as well. I'm sorry I missed those earlier.
I have long observed this world and death. Are you
I'll try and do
prepared
3
to
before the end of the run.
let my hand
So I'm not gonna drink 3 times right now. I'm gonna pee in my pants. And drink up, yeah. Alright, this is where I lagged and got hit one of the times. Because I lagged in my jump guide. So we'll see what happens. Surely not that. Also, I think it's a total scam that the beast men aren't scared away by the beast repellent torch. Bad game design, if you ask me. But what do I know? I don't know why this guy started pathing really late. Really, you're not gonna see me. I'm gonna get this just in case, because this is where I lagged. Good. I lagged on that second jump there, and it hit my jump input, and I just fell to my death. Although I should have rested at that grace, because even if I fell, I can't fast travel out. I'm such an idiot. Getting that grace is just pointless if I don't rest there. So I'm glad I didn't lag. Excuse me. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, let's go get +10, get the grace, go kill Deathbird. I'm just gonna stop at 45 strength. It's technically 75, right? I think so, because 45, 50 from Source Seal, 60, 65. 60 from the Strength tier, and then another 5 from Great Rune, so yeah. You're not even 2 hours in yet, IRL time, that's good. That's about on pace. I think I was a little faster the other day, but it's not a big deal. Because after this, we just need to kill Blue Loretta, Mimic, grab Finger Slayer, finish Elvis's questline, and then that's pretty much it. Avatar takes like 2 seconds, and then Fias are pretty quick, and so is Fortissax. You're not serious, bro. How did that miss? I'm not gonna lie, when I was running on my splits, it's really strange putting Deathbird without, like, specifying the one in Liurnia. Because I've had to do that for so long now with my splits, just because I've been doing so many all bosses runs. It's really strange doing that, not putting Liurnia right after it. I'm just a little short for a level, actually, so I'm gonna go pick up this extra rune. Yeah, always Liurnia and less specified, yeah. Which is funny, because, like, why would you even kill... There's not even another Deathbird you would want to kill. Like, there's not a single one. So yeah, people just assume this one, but on all bosses you do have to specify. Mostly for myself, so I know where to go, but... like, I don't know, it's just funny to think about. I also, I don't know why I bothered getting that room, because I'm gonna go kill the Deathbird anyway for a level. Like, that was just a waste of my time. But, oh well, it's fine. There's not even that many base death birds in the game, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, Death's Poker, but that's a Deathrite bird, which, like, I guess you could just put Death Bird. I usually put Deathrite bird, but yeah, that's the only other one I think that would be worth it, unless you're doing, like, a sorcery run. But even then, I don't know why you could choose that sorcery. But I guess you could. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's another good drop. Excuse me. I guess the one that drops a spear in mountaintops is cool, but if you're doing like a challenge run, you're just gonna spawn it in. It's too late in the game. In my opinion, at least. Some people might disagree with that, but that's the way I would see that one. And like I'm gonna put direct made them worse. Yeah, true. I can agree with that. Yikes, just kind of overthrowing those. Okay, I believe that's everything I need right now. Yeah, they're an okay boss once you get used to them, but I'm still not a huge fan of them either. They're kind of eh. Have Spiku here. Yeah, if Physic is correct. Plus 10. Guess we're good to go. As long as I don't mess this kill up. Like, this is the part, like, I don't know this boss perfectly, but I don't need to, because every run I do him on, I have enough damage to just fully script him. Which is also true for this one, but it makes me extra nervous, because if something goes wrong, I don't know how to dodge. My headphones also just stopped working, so I don't have sound anymore. So that's cool. Okay, well, they're back, I guess. Okay, don't get nervous. Everything is fine. Everything is chill. We're all good. Let me also close my Microsoft Teams because I keep getting notifications for it. Let's get no madness proc. Put on the whole set of armor. Okay. I have Red Feather, I have Jar Shard. I don't need Axe Talisman in here. Should be good to go. I think if things go badly, I'm gonna bone out, by the way. good. I almost missed that riposte. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Thanks. Yeah, that one's a bit scary, but it's a nice kill. And that's pretty much my last levels I really get, because... Oh my god, that's a lot of intelligence. I have not hit that much intelligence before. Most I got was like 24 or something. I said that like I did this run more than like one time, but yeah, I haven't gotten that much before. That's crazy. So yeah, now we just need to do this whole quest line, and then we need to do Sylvis's quest line as well, and then we're done, pretty much. I did also say I was going to drink my physic here, and I forgot. What's up, Gura? Yeah, it worked perfectly, dude. I practiced it a couple times and it was really nice. Thanks for helping me with that, by the way. It was really good. The stamina was a bit tight, but I mean it still worked just fine. Which, like, I think that's to be expected when one Ash of War takes up half my stamina bar. Sometimes it was a bit better than others. I'm not really sure what my stamina management was, but I think it was just something to do with the charged R2s, but yeah, it was fine. Almost missed the riposte, but I think I still had another second or so. Bro. Why was he over here hiding? Usually he's just like chilling at the bottom of the stairs, but or like in that little open area. But I have seen him in some pretty crazy spots. Yeah, it does a little bit of magic damage. Nothing crazy, but I mostly get Magic Scorpion Charm for Night Comment. Just makes Sophia's champs a bit comfier. Yeah, I mean, it does decent magic. I don't think it's worth leveling for it. And I don't think it's worth going out of my way to get Magic Scorpion Charm on these runs. Yeah, Meteorite and stuff plus. But I get enough magic buffs that it's worth it. And I start leveling intelligence after Godskin Duo. So I get enough intelligence for it to kind of melt them, because they're not really that tanky anyway.
Thou must have, though I haven't. Intriguing. Wilt thou end? I am the wit that I might well. I word a. But I require. I anticipate.
Got this in the bag. Alright, good luck with your university work, dude. Yeah, thanks. I'm happy I made it. Feels good. Feels bad, but also feels good. My throat is also kind of dying a little bit. Okay, so I think I said I was gonna do this guy's questline right now because I want to do it before I get Finger Slayer so I don't accidentally kill him. Bet money on me winning? That's a question for Numa. I'm fine with that, but that's a question for Numa. Probably also counts as like illegal gambling or something, but not my money. So I have no problem with that.
Perhaps I'd like you to find even you. Now I shall have find. I expect.
Fake internet points, yeah. Yeah, it's always fun when I need to get better about doing those because it's always fun when people do them. And then I've never really done them.
The round table, and if the earth in the round, is that what he's selling? Oh, the round table. Oh, you go and see. Just tell him that despite it is inevitable.
Okay, so I need to go get the other Starlight Shard, and then I need to go look in his basement, in his chambers, and then just talk to him for 20 minutes. Alright, see you later, Gur. Good luck with work, dude. University work. Surely I got the other Starlight Shard. Yeah. Do need to be careful though, because there's a guy at the top of the stairs, the invisible stairs. So I'm gonna be a bit careful to make sure I don't aggro him, because when I was sprouting, I think all achievements, I ended up aggroing him a couple times, but it was because I was using Unseen Form. And I didn't have the cloak on, so he just heard me when I smacked the fucking ground. Oh boy, another kind of big lag spike. I'm a little bit worried about Fortissax, if I'm being honest. I only got hit once in all of my practice runs against him, but the fight still feels a bit awkward at the start because he just like there's just kind of lightning everywhere, which is a little awkward.
I doubt if you put it. You well? Soon. It's. I may have expected. You blow fish fine and well. You trick. I believe that you yearn. Well, but perhaps now. Begging for. That'll make.
Okay. I'm not in combat. Here's my map. Gonna have to do that 4 more times or something. So just buckle up. Here's my map. Not in combat. It's a bit easier after the first quit out because, like, obviously I'm not in combat. There we go. I think I still have to do it one more time. Maybe not, though. Ah, I don't. Right? Okay, there we go. Nice. That wasn't actually as many as I thought it was good. Nice, 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 nice. So yeah, for Fia's, all we need is, we use Red Feather, 20% damage, we use Magic Scorpion Charm for like 12.5, I think, and then we get the Int tier, and we get the Magic tier, and we get the +5 Int tier at the top of the tower, which is actually crazy that I'm using that talisman on a real one. And that's enough to just blast through Fia's. Yeah, speed questing. Yeah, it always feels like that quest takes a lot longer. Like, that actually felt really fast. Thought I had at least 1 more quit out, if not 2. My controller button feels a little strange. Probably because I've been holding B for like an hour. I like all these cancels, dude. I didn't even realize how many cancels I could really do. But then the other day when I was routing, or doing a practice run, I kind of realized, holy crap, I can use this everywhere. But you kind of can, like anywhere I would take a hard fall, like right there, you can just cast it on the ledge and you won't take a hard fall, and I get stealth from it. It's just a win-win. Okay, let's take all those off. I guess I'll have another hydrate now. Guess I won't get this grace either. Since it's not fucking working, bro. It's just there. For looks, I guess. $214? That's not too bad. We'll probably end at like 225. Because all I have to do now is, once I get Fingerslayer Blade, I just go talk to Ronnie, get the statue, I go get the curse mark, and then Fia's Fortissax, that's it. I have to do a bunch of talking with Fia, but it is what it is. So yeah, probably like 10 minutes. Because the avatar really does take like a minute to kill. Tops between like teleporting to Grace, running all the way to the avatar, and then killing him. It's very quick. Probably use my mouse and keyboard to throw that next time. There we go again. Another hard fall canceled. Easy peasy. This spell is sick, dude. I love using Unseen Form so much. I honestly, I hate Gambit now. Like, hate is a strong word. I much prefer Unseen Form. You can do fall cancels like that. You can use it on Torrent. It's a lot easier to get. I don't have to find a dumb kill for Bernal anymore. I don't have to go all the way to Volcano Manor and do Raya's questline. It's so much easier to just use Unseen Form. $7,000 for a level. Avatar will probably give me that level.
Ah, not blood. Even in my... It is in thy... My thanks soon must... Ah.
Yeah, it just doesn't mask your footsteps. The actual stealth between Gambit and Unseen Form is the same, like the visibility reduction. But the only difference is that Gambit makes your footsteps silent and Unseen Form does not. That's the only difference. However, the Lamenting Visage, I think is what it's called in the DLC, that one is a stronger version of stealth than both Unseen Form and Gambit. It's a little weird because there's... Oh, I forgot there's skeletons right there. It's a little weird because the Lamenting Visage is stronger than both Unseen Form and Gambit. It doesn't last as long and it doesn't mask your footsteps, but if you combine it with... Like, any version of Double Stealth is the same equally. Like, Gambit plus Unseen Form has the same visibility strength as the Lamenting Visage and Unseen Form. Like, there's a cap on how invisible you can be, as far as I understand, which is kind of strange, but... Yeah, it's weird, like, useless bit of knowledge, I guess. So, there's that. Yeah, it's cool. It's a fun one. I like the Lamenting Visage. It's just, it takes a while to cast, but you can you can spin in circles while you cast it, so it's pretty fun. And it makes a funny noise. Excuse me. But yeah, I know that because I was routing DLC hitlist with it, and I was talking to Bender about it because he was also routing DLC hitlist stuff at the time. So we were chatting about it, and that's what our conclusion was. Okay. $2:19. Okay, maybe my time is going to be a little off, but I should be able to finish in time still. Right. I think I put my head right here when I threw this last time. I'll put the staff here and the bow here. Nice. Also, I missed this earlier, Circuit. I'm sorry, but thanks for busting the run, dude. What's up, buddy? Thanks for the good luck, dude. Figure wisdom tooth out. Yeah, those aren't fun to get taken out. Hope it feels better soon, though. I hope it doesn't get like a dry socket or whatever it's called. I've heard those are not fun because when I got my wisdom teeth out, the holes in my mouth were really small, so I didn't really have any issues. But my brothers were a bit worse, I think, and he got dry sockets, and it sounded pretty damn unpleasant, dude. Rejected you 7 times? Holy. I hope that was part of the procedure. That's not an accident. Yeah, the injection, well, I didn't get injected. They put me to sleep for mine, but yeah, I could see them. Like if they're only taking one out, then there's no need for all that maybe. But it's more painful. You say they didn't steal my face? True. I did think they stole my face, yeah. That was pretty funny. I remember when my mom, she's the one who like drove me to and from because I was high as fuck. But they like prescribed some painkillers or something, so we went to the drugstore right after. And I remember I was in the car all by myself. And I remember seeing her in the store and I was panicking. I was like, dude, they took my face. I can't breathe. They took my face. And she came back out to the car at some point, and I told her about my face issue where they stole my face, and she pulled down the little like mirror thing in the car and was like, no, it's still there. Your face is still there. It's okay. And I remember having the realization that they didn't take my face, and so they must have taken something else, but I couldn't think of what they took, so I just like, I don't even know. I just forgot it or something. It was so funny, dude. Looking back on it, it's funny. It wasn't funny in the... Nice. But yeah, other than that, it wasn't so bad. But yeah, I imagine if you're like getting, oh, dude, I'm like 100 runes short. Are you serious? Whatever, it's fine. But yeah, I imagine if you're not getting to sleep for it, it's much more painful. So put on this one, and this one. We'll do Golden Vow, Foul, Meteorite Staff. Full astrologer set. Didn't sleep, yeah. I imagine it's worse that way. It's like for 5 hours. Or, you know, face with number of hours, that's crazy. I don't really remember my face being numb. Because when I got home, I just slept for a very long time. And I would wake up every now and then. My mom would change the gauze in my mouth and like put ice on my face or something. Alright, we should be good here, I think. Your eyelid was numb? Holy shit, dude. That's insane. Yeah, I can imagine being pretty unhappy about that kind of treatment. I forgot to change my flasks. It should be fine, though. Oh, I did not kill the other one. Ah, shit. Oh, that's kind of awkward. Serious right now, dude? I've never had RNG this bad before. It's insane. Well, we'll just keep running until we get an opening. Play it safe. Jesus Christ, dude. You need to chill. That was probably the dumbest Nikon I've ever done in my life, but it worked. Things with GG's, dude. That was a really dumb night comment. That was a really dumb night comment, but worked out somehow. Alright, and we'll just do more strength now. Doesn't really matter too much.
Ah, I knew you. What is it to deny like the dogma? I am the guy calm, yet you...
Yeah, time to get hugged, dude. For like 20 minutes. Yeah, I deserve it.
When the first Godwin said there is and I must before the time. When at another and I must before the time. My hands, will you still? This, how did you? Oh my, with this and claim you and though I.
And we get the big hug. Oh yeah.
I and it with a new life as the rule.
There's my last hydrate I owe as well.
By becoming.
Nice. That was probably the worst Fias I've ever had, and that last night comment I had was so incredibly dumb, but somehow that worked out just fine. I'll take it. I won't complain about getting that fight out of the way. Okay, so we need Starshard, Blue Dancer. This one, take this off, I think. We need to put Unseen Form back on. One more. And we'll put Endurance in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is another match body. I think it's Witty versus Recycle because Killa had an emergency or something. Okay. Here we go. I might leave the pants on for some Deathblight resist. But I kind of don't like that idea so much. Maybe I'll just do 3. On the opener instead of 4. Yeah, Recycle's coming out of retirement, dude. He's a new man now. All right. This is the fight I'm most likely to fuck up, so hopefully everything goes well. I'm gonna leave it at 3, dude. Okay, nice whiff, dude. Let's knock it back into the corner. No fire shenanigans. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, Recycle's coming out of retirement, dude. Sweet. Thanks for the GGs. We will take it. Yeah, this one was honestly a kind of cool route, man. I didn't love it, but it was kind of cool.
Crony,
Hi guys.
GG's on staying hitless.
Congrats on the hitless die.
Thank you. GGs.
Absolute legends. I thought you made me sweat a little bit on the Fierce Champs. I'm not gonna lie, Crony. So, how under control was that?
I haven't done a ton of practice, but I haven't seen RNG quite that bad yet. And I think it's because one of my Night Comets missed on the Twin Axe guy, so he was alive for a little longer than I expected. And then the last Night Comet was just greed, so that one was kind of lucky. Yeah. Yeah.
We were actually wondering if you've tested if the Meteor staff buff actually buffs your weapon.
Oh, I have not tried that, but that's an interesting thought. I'll have to try that for the semis, I guess.
Yeah. Asus is just. What was that for? What was that Placidusax strat like? I hope you know that I did in fact play Benny Hill music during your entire Placidusax boss fight because it just felt fitting. Just
Understandable. Well, what happens there is that if you keep your range very far from him, the only attack that he ever does is the Scream lightning attack. And I'm just abusing that with my range.
Jesus.
Yeah, that is very
insane.
cool. Yeah, it's I don't know why they would have coded it like that, but I guess I guess it's what they decided to do, so why not abuse it? It was really cool.
Yeah.
And I just found it in testing early on when we knew the objectives. I was like, oh, well, that makes the fight very easy.
Yeah, definitely better than fighting it. I haven't met anyone that had to learn Placidusax and was happy about it.
And by the way, even in base game, you can do that with just a longbow and some status.
Yeah, we're actually talking about maybe Gwent, what is it called? Green scraps or whatever they're called, if that would work as well.
I don't think they have the range. Maybe. But you have the serpent bone arrows.
Oh
If
yeah.
you want poison. And they are also flesh, so they fly.
That would be the most
Fast.
boring boss fight of all time, just running from side
Yeah.
to side.
The
Yeah.
most boring boss fights yet.
10 minutes of that.
We could have 40 minutes of bale poison.
Yeah, that's great. Crony, how did you route in the Magic Scorpion charm? And, like, why did you decide to do so?
I tried Thea's champs a couple of different ways, and I was hoping I wouldn't have to get it, but it made the fight a lot comfier with Night Comet, so I figured since I'm already going past Loretta and getting all that stuff, I would just go ahead and pick it up. Just to make that fight a little comfier.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. You did have to run for a little bit from a Mr. Impossible build over there.
Yeah. Yeah, that fight sucks, dude. That fight sucks so bad.
Yeah. Terrible. One funny fight was Azaz's Mimic here. We were we were laughing our ass off there.
Yeah, we were very amused. He equipped the colossal weapon with Seppuku Ash of War, Crony, so Mimic Tear just kinda seppuku himself to death.
Nice. I'll have to go back and watch that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious. GG's,
One of the hidden
gentlemen.
gems.
Yeah.
For Mimic Tier.
But yeah, it was a pleasure watching you guys, as always. And GG's on another hitless tie, on the hardest objective of the entire league, if you can say so.
Yeah, GG's guys.
Thank you. GG's.
I am gonna let you go now. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you around in the semifinals. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. I had nothing to say, dude. I'm so tired. Yeah, it was a hitless tie, Vadi. Thanks for the GG's, Mouse. I hope you feel better soon, Jay, but I'm glad you enjoyed it, yeah. I'm glad you thought it was cool. I bet you could do it with a little practice. It's not too bad. But yeah. Thank you for reffing, Eternal. I appreciate it. Thanks for putting up with all my questions I failed to ask previously. So, that's on me. But I appreciate you asking for me and reffing. Anyway. Yeah, that was good. That was a lot of fun, actually. I really didn't love this objective that much, but it was cool. It was definitely a cool objective. I don't know, people seem excited for it, and I was like, nah, this sucks, but it was pretty cool, actually. Anyway, for YouTube stream, I'm gonna go ahead and end that, so you're watching on YouTube, thank you for hanging out, but I cannot rate on YouTube, so that's it. But yeah, thank you guys. I'll